Richard Nichols, the course designer, has built 8 beautiful obstacles, the first being the Kentucky Horses, a technical obstacle with a track width ranging from 3 to 4 metres in width. The whole track footing is grass with the exception of 3 of the obstacles containing water elements. One, the in and out at the same position. Various options, as always. Once a gate has been traversed, that becomes an open gate where they can go in either direction. Once they negotiate all the obstacles, out, back onto the course towards obstacle 2. It's a downhill slope towards obstacle water, the head of the lake. The first of 3 obstacles with water. Gates both in the water and on land. As you can see, the direction up a ramp onto the side of the lake. This lake also used for the 3-day event cross country. About 30 centimetres in depth, and out in a different direction where they came in. Much use of the pontoon in the middle of the water. That'll be interesting to see how the horses react to that. And then back out to obstacle 2 onto Spook Hollow at 3. Obstacle 3, namely Spook Hollow, adjacent to the cemetery of the John Graves family, the founder of the Kentucky Horse Park. There's a Halloween theme with carved pumpkins on top of the individual posts, built with American locust wood, which is interesting because all the colour of the wood is very, very similar, and it is thought that the colour of the fences being so similar with the surroundings may be difficult for the horses and indeed the drivers to, at the speed that they'll be going, to identify the turn points. A more technical obstacle than we have seen from the first 2, and out towards Walnut Hill at 4. Walnut Hill, this obstacle built with a hill and a water crossing. The diagram doesn't quite show the severity of the steepness of the hill coming down. All these obstacles timed as they go through them, and the overall 8.5 kilometre course timed as well. Constructed with poster rails and boxes and triangles. Various options. Again, as always, gates become open once traversed. That hill there is very steep indeed, coming back out of obstacle 4, the Walnut Hill. We approach gate 5, the Stone Garden, a beautiful built obstacle in a hollow, and with part of the garden, that piece on the right that you can see, much higher than the boxes at the bottom. Built with stone walls, also used during the event in cross country. 250 metres this obstacle. The hill going up to that piece on the right, again much more exaggerated than you can see here. We'll be showing, covered in a beautiful amount of flowers all around the walled garden when we see it on television live. Now on to 6 of the 8 obstacles. On to the 6th of the 8 obstacles. Squirrel Grove, this the shortest of the 8 obstacles. This is just 200 metres. And as the name suggests, carvings of wonderful animals that we don't see here, but you will on television through the coverage on Saturday, acorns, etc. This obstacle, therefore, somewhat quicker to negotiate for the drivers, although no less technical. 9 nations taking part, 7 teams, 8 individual drivers. 8.5 kilometres the total length of the course. Now approaching the penultimate obstacle 7, the wagon yard, named as such because of a wonderful display of old wagons owned by Richard Nichols, brought from his farm in Williamsburg, Virginia. This obstacle, as with all the others, very, very technical. It is a World Championships. We've got the likes of Boyd Excel, Isbrand Chardon taking part, both of them former and current world champions between them. This obstacle 250 metres in length with gates from A to F. That's the wagon yard with 1 to go. Now to the final obstacle on this 8.5 kilometre course in Kentucky Horse Park. This the spring. Interesting here, there's an obligatory water crossing prior to entering the obstacle. Once again, technical variation of routes possible to get through the gates A to E. They enter the water and have to circumnavigate gate F in the middle of the water, surrounding a wonderful carving of a fish, which you'll see in the television coverage. Once they leave the obstacle, they have 500 metres to go until the finish of the 8.5 kilometre marathon course.